our screen's off.
Bobby, I think our screen's off.
There it is.
Okay, got it.
There it is. And we're live, I think.
Oh, we are live.
Slow down, you crazy
Guys.
child. You're so
ambitious for a juvenile,
but then
welcome back.
Love Billy Joel.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, welcome to Let's Talk About
We're
It.
gonna let people shuffle in. I see the view count going up.
We
have 2 people in here. Hello. Welcome.
Yeah, come on in.
You got so much to
Yeah,
do
this
and
is one of my
only so
favorite
many
songs. It's my go-to
hours in a
karaoke song.
day.
Not that I
that's a
do
nice
karaoke often, but if I get the chance, this is the song I'm picking.
Mine is by Madonna, Like a Prayer.
Yeah. Tony?
Well, mine is the Mr. Snowman song.
Oh, it is your go-to, really?
I love it.
Yeah.
I just love that song. It sounds funny, but when it comes out, you know,
It's hard to sing.
Yeah, it is, but it's beautiful.
Yeah,
It's
it is.
beautiful. Okay. And pause.
Hey.
Hello. We somehow lost a viewer from that song. I guess somebody
What?
didn't like it.
You didn't like our
Somebody-
singing?
But thank you to those who stayed. Welcome back to Let's Talk About It. Episode, I think 14.
14, right? Yeah.
I think it's 15
14.
actually. We have 2 episodes 13s on the.
Oh, we do?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe it is 15.
It's 15.
Cool.
So yeah, welcome back. We're going strong. I'm Gabby for anyone who's new.
I'm Jules.
And we have our guest, Tony.
Yes. She was on, if you've been a long-time watcher, you would recognize her from one of our first episodes.
Yeah, she
The
was
first
our,
guest, right?
Yeah,
our first guest.
First ever guest besides Artie, because Artie crashed. He stopped
Yes.
crashing our shows.
Yes.
But, yeah, you were our first guest. You muscled through that with us, so thank you.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, we're so excited to catch up with you. Yeah, you guys are going to hear all about who she is, what she does. We'll recap you.
Yeah.
But first, we have
Talk
to
about
mention, yeah, our show is sponsored by
Lifehack.
Lifehack. There's the logo. That's how we're here.
I always get it wrong. Damn it.
Yes,
Whatever.
we are all advocates for this device. If you don't know, it is a device that will help you if you or a loved one is in a choking emergency. You just place, push, pull, and it will dislodge anything that's stuck in your airway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Airway clearance device. Well, let me get here we are. We are now at 3,539 lives saved, of which 2,214 are children. So that's really awesome.
It's insane.
I feel like we started with not even 3,000 lives saved, and now we're already at 539.
yeah, we started before. We started before.
We started in the 2000s, and within the past 15 or so weeks, it's at
It's amazing.
over 539 lives we gained, which is pretty
Wow.
crazy it's really skyrocketing. So that's awesome.
It's incredible, and it's thanks to people who are talking about it, sharing the message.
Yeah, thanks to
getting
people
it
like
for
you.
their friends. Yeah,
Yeah.
you,
So,
Tony.
thanks for tuning in.
especially Tony.
Yeah.
Thank you.
yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to tell stories about my weekend, but I think
Yes.
should we jump into it, or do you guys want to hear what happened to me?
I
this
wanna
week?
Give
hear.
us a recap.
Okay, you guys.
Yeah.
So, for those who don't know, I recently got myself a new car.
Yes.
Exciting,
Beautiful.
right?
I
Thank
saw
you.
you pulling in.
Yes, isn't it so pretty?
It is. I really do like it.
Did you notice anything off about it?
No.
No. Okay, so
Oh, no.
yeah. So I work from home, and I work from the same coffee shop every single week. Shout out Mulatto Bean Cafe. Maybe I shouldn't say that on here. Whatever. Well, Mulatto Bean Cafe is actually having an event on Thursday for singles. Also, I wanted to shout that out. But anyways, I was there. My car's parked outside the front, and I was with a group of people planning this singles event. Because somehow I got involved in doing that, which was fun. But yeah, we're talking the whole time about how we don't pay for parking,
Oh, God.
all this stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
And I usually never pay. Hopefully a parking person isn't watching this right now, but I'm always safe. It always works out for
Okay.
me. So whatever. I'm there for like 6 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I usually spend my whole work day there.
Yeah.
I go back to my car, I drive home, and it's raining a little bit. So I put my windshield wipers and I
really don't know where this is going to go. Okay.
Okay, I know. I didn't even know where this was going while I was driving. So I put my windshield wiper up and I see a little yellow paper. Okay, so yeah. So I'm like, oh, I got a ticket.
Okay.
So I'm driving, park my car in front of my house, go out. I text the group that I was with. I just got a parking ticket. This is so funny.
You just
Like we were
jinxed
just talking
yourself,
about
yeah.
this. I just jinxed myself. Okay, so I get out of the car, I grab the ticket, and I want to see like what's the damage, and I see a phone number.
Was it a
Instead-
ticket though?
No, it wasn't a
okay.
ticket. It was a phone number. So then my feelings of like anger go to like, oh my God, I'm so flattered. Somebody wanted my phone number. You know, somebody saw me walking.
Oh, I think I know where
into
this
the
might
coffee
be going
shop.
now. Okay,
They
as
want
you're
my-
planning the singles event too.
Yes, as
like,
I'm planning
look at
another
this.
thing manifested.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I went from manifesting a ticket to somebody wanting me.
Yeah.
No, so yeah, I'm all excited. And then I turn around and in the same exact thought bubble, I look and I see the front of my car is a little bit smashed and scratched and gross. So
It went back to anger.
You could
went back to anger, but also I was grateful that lady left her phone number.
Totally could have drove
you know?
away. Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
Could have
I was
driven
really
away.
frustrated though. I wanted to hysterically cry.
But it's just so sad because
And I
it's a
did.
new car.
It's a new
So
car,
it's
2
like-
months, 2 months
Yeah.
old.
Yeah.
It really hurts different when you're making all the payments and like the insurance. and-
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Was
So-
the person single at least?
the person, no,
No.
no, it was actually a mother.
Oh,
a mother.
okay.
Yeah, I know it wasn't a guy, but it was so sweet that she did leave her phone number because
Yeah.
it could have been a different story. I could have
Yeah.
been
A lot
eating
of
this
times
cost.
it's not like that, you know.
Yeah, hit and
And
run.
runs. Yeah.
Yeah, in that case, I would have been looking at every single security camera that there was on the block. But yeah, it's gonna work out. I won't have my car for the rest of this week because I'm bringing it to the shop tomorrow. But
Okay.
yeah.
So
all is
lots of
good.
emotions wrapped in one little night.
Yeah, that was my
Yeah.
fun story I had. It was just
Not
it was
fun,
like a
but-
roller coaster. I was angry and then I was happy and then I was just angry
Yeah.
but relieved that
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least I didn't have
exactly.
to
And you're getting it taken care
cost.
of. So
Yeah.
exactly
All right.
exactly.
Wow, Gab.
That was frustrating, I'm sure.
Yeah,
That
did you
was
feel all the
frustrating.
emotions I just
I
felt?
did.
Yeah.
I did.
I feel
yeah.
bad for you.
I do
Because
feel
I
bad
can
for you
almost
too,
feel like,
yeah.
wait a minute. Nobody, they didn't give me their phone number.
I know nobody wanted me. I know we're gonna have to wait.
Wait till the
Maybe
event.
you'll get one this Thursday.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, Milano Bean Cafe. Maybe I'll meet someone there. But no pressure. It's all good if I don't.
Yes.
We're in I'm in my single era. But
Heck yeah.
yeah, let's move on. Let's talk
Okay.
again about LifeVac, how incredible this device is, and Tony. She is with Equal First Aid.
Mhm.
I'll let you tell the story yourself. But I do have a picture.
Which one did you choose?
It's just the pop-up that
Okay.
The little
yeah, your
Okay.
mission statement, and let's do the other
Lovely.
one first.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
Equal
one.
First
So
Aid.
Equal First Aid, Tony, you could take it away.
Sure. So thank you again for having me, ladies. I'm so
course.
honored
Thank
to
you for
be
coming.
here. And
You're
of
the
course,
best.
your show has been great. And I can't believe it's been all these months already.
Thank you.
I know.
So I know your show is Let's Talk About It. There's a lot to talk about. So just, we could just keep going and going. But Equal First Aid was formed to advocate for people with disabilities in the event of a choking emergency, that everybody should have an airway clearance device. There is legislation now in 11 states across the United States, but being 12 bills, one of the states has put in 2 bills because they'd like to see it in every building. We're working with another gentleman that's trying to also, get the ADA involved because it is a violation of the ADA, the American with Disabilities law, not having a device to rescue an individual in a certain location, restaurant, school, theater, anywhere. So that's what we're up against. And we do have one of the states actually that was introduced within 30 days, or I'm going to say 40 days, passed out of committee and is going to another vote tomorrow. And we do have states that it's been 4 years. So to me, that's just mind blowing.
That's crazy. Why would this take so
Yeah.
long?
So it's 4 years, and I want to also get on another subject, which I know we will, but Equal First Aid was really born a few years ago, but it's been incorporated for 3 years. So in those 3 years, we had found out about the other bill that was already sitting for a year. So that's just sitting, and we do advocate every single day, contact representatives and see where these bills are going. So we do have 2 states that are really moving quickly, and we just kind of need one where everybody will kind of get it. I just feel like it will go. So
Yeah.
I do want to touch, when you're ready, about before Equal First Aid was incorporated. So I'm really excited to share something that
Yeah.
happened tonight.
Absolutely. Yeah, let's get right
Yeah,
into that.
share
Get
it.
into it?
Share
Yeah,
it.
get into it.
So 4 years ago, we had Equal First Aid. There was Artie and I had
I have a question.
Yeah.
So you meet Artie, you see this device, and you're
Yeah.
inspired to start this
I'm inspired because I was
nonprofit.
Nonprofit came after the fact. So after I met him, because when I met Artie, I was a home caregiver for the elderly and people, a person with a disability. So once COVID came, I think I had shared that story, but I'll recap it. COVID came, I lost my job. I did file for other jobs, et cetera. So I was a home care attendant at that point. My passion for Life Act to rescue somebody who's in a wheelchair really showed once you really stop and think about it, like, oh yeah, what do you do? And I do have so many families saying, hey, my brother has cerebral palsy, but we've never thought about it. Like, people don't think about it.
Yeah.
You know, they just doesn't cross their minds.
Yeah.
Until it's happening.
Until it's
really.
happening. Yeah, until you just bring awareness to it. So it's definitely about raising awareness. But a few years ago, we had a fireboat that had a ramp on it, and we were able to take out families or people that had disabilities that were in a wheelchair. So it was able to be securely put
Fun.
on,
Onto
put
the
on,
boat.
onto the ramp, and then onto the boat, and off we went. So every once in a while, and that's got to be 4 years now. Every once in a while, I get messages because something like that is just truly heartwarming. And although it could be an hour or two in somebody's life, it's a lifetime. So
that's a great
you
experience.
guys, so you guys, because we know, like, today it's frustrating. Every day to day is very frustrating with political. It's bills they're going to pass. It's policies. It's politics. You're a Democrat, you're a Republican. We can't do it. It's none this, none that, and it's a fight. And then it's a day that you get frustrated.
Yeah.
Then you guys, of course, invite me to be a guest, which I'm always so thankful for. But I do want to share with you one message that I received just tonight, and I do have
course.
permission to share it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Good timing.
So so it was really great. So
Yeah.
as I mentioned, it was years ago. So I got this message tonight that said, hey, Tony, how are you? And then, I got back to her and I said, we're doing great. Now, this is a woman that I only know for an hour, hour and a half of our lives.
Oh.
I asked her how her and her mom were. She basically told me that her mom did pass away around Thanksgiving. And this is the message. And honestly, I'm getting goosebumps just rereading it, because to make an impact on somebody's life makes everything else that happened during the day means nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So true.
she says, we will never forget the delightful day on the water. My mom was raised around the water and the beach. So glad we met you and Artie. You gave us an amazing, in all caps, day, and we will always remember that. Thank you for that.
Oh, that's
And-
so beautiful.
Yeah, and of course, I offered her I'll buy her coffee,
Yeah,
whatever. We'll see
yeah,
each other.
yeah.
And I asked her if I can share that, and she said absolutely. So to me, like, after all these years, I don't. If I saw her now, I probably wouldn't recognize her because we haven't seen each
Yeah.
other. It's just an impact that somebody makes on your life.
Yeah, you're that
And-
kind of
Yeah.
person, though. You did it.
Thank you.
You have that impact
Yeah.
on me, on Julia,
Yeah,
on
really.
everybody
Thank
that
you.
you meet. Yeah, you
Thank
are
you
a
so
special
much.
kind. So
Thank you.
It's amazing that
and
you
that's
and
such a
Artie
good
cross
reminder, like,
paths.
why you do what you
Why
do,
you do it.
when
Yeah.
the times get
Yeah.
tough, and
And like we were talking earlier, the day is frustrating. The
Yeah,
day
yeah.
can be frustrating.
Yeah.
And then you stop. You have your why. This is why we're doing it.
Mhm.
We're going to keep pushing forward. And then it's people like that who do appreciate, who do need our help. And
That's
who,
awesome.
So I love that. I mean, that to me just made my whole day because it was out of the blue,
I know, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sure
Yeah.
that left your mind. That was an amazing day, but it was so long ago.
It
so
was
you
so long-
forget. Like
yeah.
you obviously
Yeah.
felt how amazing
was
it
an
was in
hour.
the moment.
Yeah.
It was an hour.
An hour to make a difference in
Yeah, and
somebody's
4
life.
years later, it's still,
Mhm.
that's right.
And,
That's
and
really
for somebody
nice.
to reach out to thank
Yeah.
us for that, to do
Yeah.
that for their family member, I just feel like there's no price on it. There's no.
So now we
Yeah.
have to get to planning another event like that.
So we have to get to that.
Yeah.
So Equal First Aid. I know you guys were saying eventually we'll expand out again, but right now we're focusing on getting devices in the hands of the people with disabilities or our most vulnerable population. And so whether it has to be legislation, that was never my intent. This is not what I do for Equal First Aid, but it's something that has to be done. It's something that we have to have schools and
Yeah.
schools abide by a law that's already in place, the ADA law. So if we need legislation, great. If we don't, great. Just get the device. Get a
Yeah,
device.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we just need some. Yeah,
You need to
one person
have
in each
a rescue
in each
option.
building to just have a little bit of like common sense.
little
I don't
bit.
want to say it like that,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's like crazy. It's saved over 3,500 lives.
Yeah, but
know,
we need
and
to
they've-
give everybody a chance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And that's-
absolutely.
So no matter how we do it, whether it's these shows, whether it's TV shows, and whatever it is, word of mouth,
Yeah.
we definitely have to keep pushing forward. So
And-
again, like after a frustrating day, we keep going. Tomorrow's a new day.
Right, that's true. It's
Yeah.
a restart button.
Yeah.
I love that. Well, you want to backtrack to the beginning before, so whatever you were saying before, I guess, how we started.
How we start. Well, so that basically is it in a nutshell. So
Okay.
Equal First Aid was born. We began 4 years ago. We had Equal First Aid for all. People with disabilities were able to
Mhm.
go on just go on a simple little boat ride.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it was free. There was no strings attached.
Oh,
There
really?
was-
That was like
yeah.
the very beginning of it.
Yeah,
okay.
that was like the very
Okay.
beginning, and it
Wow.
was it was just a great every day,
wow,
or a couple
yeah.
times, a great experience. I could maybe on my next time that I'm here, when we have a little bit more time, I can actually pull up pictures. But we have, I'll never forget, was one of our best pictures was the gentleman like with his arms open wide and just absorbing the wind and and
That's awesome. Yeah.
and the water mist and everything in his face. And again, an hour just changes their life. And
Yeah.
and they'll say, well, now I'm going to go home and sit in my driveway, and do nothing. And you would just have them on the water. So eventually I'd like to see more of that.
How many events do you do per year, or do you try to get?
So
to?
I have one big event each year, and then I do little mini ones. So I do, I mean, 2 or 3, but this year I started with, I have a nice company, a silent auction. So I'm able to, which honestly, we were waiting for after the Super Bowl, I can choose another organization that we can raise money for along with Equal First Aid and do like a silent auction online. And it would help another company too. So that's what I wanted to start doing.
Awesome.
And then I do little jewelry parties, which you guys.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Yeah. I have a
So-
necklace from there.
Yay. So I do little jewelry parties. And now I think it's going to be March 6th, honestly. I have a restaurant that I had reached out to that she will do a bingo night. And
fun.
yeah, and a certain portion of the tickets will be donated directly to EFA. So I don't have to
Awesome.
do anything for that other than
Yeah.
get people to show.
Yeah. And
So-
also, if you guys are watching right now, we have the link in this video's description. I believe. Here it is. Oh, you see? It just popped up.
There we go. Yeah.
Wow.
Equalfirststate.org. You type that in, and you'll be able to donate yourself very easily.
So either
So-
that, and even my contact information is on there. You can text me. Hey, how can I volunteer? Hey, do you need a raffle item? Anything, anything is greatly appreciated because the more help that we get, the better. So that will be in March, a nice little bingo night, and the restaurant will match however many ticket sales. That $5, she'll match it. So it'll be a nice jumpstart for Equal First Aid.
Great.
Okay, are you on TikTok at all? I always bring up TikTok.
So
because I feel like that would help you a lot.
I know you are. No, you know why? Because there's just not enough. There's not enough time or manpower to do the Facebook, the Instagram.
Yeah.
Unless there is a volunteer that wants to do it and run the TikTok, I'm open to that.
Yeah.
But no, I know what you're saying, but just
Yeah.
really, it's
No, I would love to
Instagram.
help you. I would love to help you out with that. I'm volunteering right now, like
Yeah?
here and there. Yeah, if you have videos already, I'm sure you have a lot of content and pictures.
Yeah,
Just posting.
yeah, that
I'm
would
not sure.
be
Do you
fun.
take a lot of videos during these events?
The videos we take, a lot of pictures. I
Yeah.
have a great photographer. He's amazing. So he'll be there. We have the time donated by a comedian out here, a local comedian. We have music and raffles. It's really a fun night.
That
You girls
is
should
awesome.
come.
When is it?
Yeah.
It's going to be April 24th.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and we're going to get some sponsors. So that's another thing too. If anybody knows their company that would like to do a sponsorship, we can have their cards out at the table, so social media posts. whatever makes them happy. I'm happy
Yeah,
to do
really,
whatever
if you're
they feel
listening
like
to
their
this.
money,
Yeah.
how their money would work. Obviously a $500 sponsorship would get them some 2 tickets into the event, which the tickets go for $100 as is, and the food is worth it. So the whole night is beautiful. So it's so worth. Sometimes you go to events and it's like, I paid $100 for that, but this is literally great food, great company, great raffles, music, and it's 3 hours.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh my God, you're taking up my whole day. It's a Thursday night, quick, in and out, food, fun, be with a lot of
and
people.
you're there for a good cause.
Yeah, and it's a
Yeah,
good
that's
cause and it raises
awesome.
money. So I also know that we spoke about, raising money. So just I think it was 2 Fridays ago, we were up in, actually LifeAct was a sponsor also, and Equal First Aid sponsored. We went to Utica, New York to Better Together event. And I know that Rick was in contact with Kathy too. So she is opening a sensory day center for people with autism and adults with disabilities. So where they can feel safe, which is, again, these are things that we don't think about, but the communities, need to have a safe place to go.
Oh yeah.
So we sponsored that. We went to this beautiful gala. It was just great. But I was able to donate to the Oneida County Sheriff's Office. I donated 10 units so they can start and they can start and protecting their families there, their local families. And that's kind of what I really do want to do, is to continue to donate. Not that it's a lot, but just a little bit to start getting the community safe.
Yeah, exactly. Grassroots, start small. And
Yeah.
then,
But it's crazy how it had to be the sheriff up, 500 miles away. I want to do something local, but a lot of times we're shunned away, or, you hit some kind of
it always,
bump
it's
in the
never
road.
just-
But I actually went 500 miles away and donated 10 units and then came back.
That's
500
dedication.
miles, Yeah. So it's always great. So there's a lot of fun things.
Yeah, no, definitely. And it's
And I want to keep giving. So like there's
Yeah.
our organizations out there. And if there's anybody listening and they want to have a part of like the silent auction where they'll get, again, we do nothing. It costs nothing. It's no manpower. It's simple. It's just share it.
Yeah.
You just share the link. And then if somebody buys something, then Equal First Aid and that company gets a portion of the sales.
Okay.
Because it's a silent auction. But that's, it's a little bit of fundraising that we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
All I can think about right now is TikTok because
no, think about April 24th too.
April 24th. No, I mean just to share the message. to get it
Advertising
out
April
there.
24th on TikTok.
So,
Yes.
I mean, that would be great.
Yes.
That would be a big help because, again, you guys are young.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
old. I'm, pushing 60. So I'm not such a great TikTok creator, but, to have.
No, well, you don't have to be a certain age. No, I think once you got into it, and you don't have to dedicate too much time
Yeah.
every day. Yeah, maybe I could just like even help you with like planning out your day. If you just knew what you're gonna post,
For that day. Yeah.
you can take a video in the moment, a minute long,
Mhm.
not even 30 seconds.
Okay.
No.
We'll see.
Yeah.
All
And then,
ages. You have
then I'll
confidence.
feel bad.
can be very
Then I'll feel
impromptu.
bad. I'm like, wait a minute, only like, 100 followers. I wish, but then
Picture 100.
What
No,
if-
wait, I love that. People say,
Oh my God, I'm the
I'm
opposite.
posting it,
I'm
I
like-
only have 100 views or
Yeah.
50. Think about 50 people walking up to you and liking like your video
Yeah.
or shaking your
That's
hand.
nice. That's a nice thought.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Got to put it into perspective because I think with like we're growing up in this age where there's a lot of influencers with millions of followers
Mm-hmm.
and like we're so quick to compare. Like starting from ground zero, that's where you want to be.
Yeah.
Eventually, that's the goal for everyone.
yeah.
And it's like, oh, my video only got 50 views or it got 200 views. That's a lot of people looking
nice
at your
way to
stuff.
look at
You
it.
know
Yeah.
what I mean?
That's a nice way to look at it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is.
It's still a lot.
That
so,
is, yeah.
and it's never going to get anywhere if you don't start. Just like, I think
Yeah,
is a
everything.
big
Yeah.
lesson learned through Life Act,
Mhm.
through you starting your Equal First Aid.
Yeah.
You have to start somewhere.
You start somewhere, and then,
And then it
4
grows.
years later to still get people reaching
I
out.
love
So,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that definitely makes my day.
Yeah, awesome. I'd love to know what was your biggest roadblock through this whole thing. And then from that, if there's somebody watching who would love to start their own nonprofit who
Yeah.
shares a similar kind of goal or mission,
Yeah. So
how would
mean,
they go about that?
I don't know if you guys have enough time for the roadblocks, but I do
I do.
have.
What do we do?
Lay it on us.
So you do have. There are a lot of roadblocks, but again, it's just like keep pushing through. Just do the best in that moment. Figure out. It's kind of like a puzzle. If that doesn't work, then you do this. It's kind of like just figure it out.
Yeah.
It's basically all it is.
Mhm.
But I think that the biggest roadblock is going to be funding and grant money and people and large sponsorships and organizations that will believe in you to donate into you. That's really the hardest part. So again, Equal First Aid is small compared to other nonprofits. Well, then again, I don't know about that. I mean, kind of small, but I see other ones out there that are raising money. But
Yeah.
so definitely funding, getting people, volunteers are really, really big roadblock because you really can't get people that want to do something unless they're super passionate. So to find somebody who is as passionate as you are is very difficult. So everybody wants to either be paid or they don't have time.
Now,
for
I
it.
wonder if you could offer some sort of internship credit
I was
or
thinking that.
opportunity, or
So-
we can go to campuses. I think that could be.
So we did do that. We did it a few times where credits, like hours for the school,
Yeah, yeah.
like community service. So I
Yeah.
did that a few times.
Yeah.
But a handful,
Yeah.
So there's not really many. A lot of them that we met at some of the events did have interest, but again, they wanted to be like paid for it. Let's see.
I went to St. Anthony's, and there were a number of ministries, and special needs ministry was one of them. And we would go and volunteer, and we would go like once a week on the weekend to a home where a lot of like special needs kids or adults and kids live full time. So maybe there was a way.
There's a way. I mean,
There's a way you can get into a ministry program or something. I don't know if
I
you
could
would want to
definitely
take that
try.
direction,
So
or if you've thought about it.
No, I've never thought about it that way. But I think that even as far as like events coming up to get, you do see other organizations that have, the runners. We need runners. We need people who will go out and get, you're responsible for 10 raffle donations. You're responsible for 5. Let's get raffle donations in because this is what does bring in the, to raise money for
Yeah.
organizations. It's not the ticket sales really because people are.
You're paying for the venue, you're paying for the
paying-
food, you're paying for all
You're
that.
literally paying
Yeah.
for the person to come and eat, which is great and it's fun, but that's not where the money is. The money is
Yeah.
in raffle items
Yeah.
and silent auctions. But it's all great stuff. Another roadblock. So I just feel like if anybody's going to start their own organization, it's definitely to have people behind you, know where the money's going to come from. Compliance is a big part. Like we definitely have to be careful of, we have to comply with the New York State laws. You definitely need volunteers. So there's like a whole bunch of, you got to keep track of everything. The list goes
You
on
have
and
a
on.
long list of
The
these.
list goes on and on.
I know.
So we're definitely, I think,
Yeah, it takes a lot.
here's a big one. This is a really big one. So maintaining relationships, like maintaining people that have come to you in the past, not everybody wants to go to the same thing every single year or donate to the same organization So maintaining relationships is really big too, and it's really
Yeah.
hard. So
How do you keep track of that right now? Because that's something I have to do for my job in recruitment.
So
as
basically,
well. I think every job has
yeah.
an aspect of that where
Yeah.
that's how
you have
Yeah,
to just
business.
it is just business. It's reaching out to people who Equal First Aid. We raise money, but we also give out a lot. So organizations come to us too, and we do a lot of sponsorships, a lot of walks. The last time I was here, I believe I was doing that the walk up in Connecticut. So we do give back to other organizations. So I raise money for that, for that reason.
Yeah.
That I'm able to give back to spread
Yeah.
awareness and to help others.
Yeah, you give and you get a little
Yeah.
bit. Yeah.
So that's the main focus really. I want to raise money. I want to keep it going. Just this week, we were able to raise couple days ago, $2,000, which was really great going into the organization, which will then
Yeah, really.
now go towards the next event and keep it snowballing. But I am here for anybody that wants to join on, wants to volunteer, wants to send a raffle donation. If they visit equalfirstaid.org, my personal number should be on there, the Equal First Aid number. They can text. I'll get right back to them.
that's awesome.
Yeah, and I'll just
Yeah.
be in communication that way. But I would
I'm gonna start brainstorming more because I didn't
Yeah.
realize how many
Yeah.
roadblocks there were. We didn't talk about this too much
We
last
didn't.
time.
No, we
I mean,
really
that's
And
didn't.
I know it's like there's strength in different minds. Like
Yeah.
you've been at it for a number
Yeah.
of years, and I'm sure your mind kind of goes to the same places. But now
it
this
goes-
is affecting me. It's affecting Julia, and
Yeah.
I'm sure it's affecting everyone who's watching, all 2 people right now, and know what everybody
Yeah,
after.
they'll all see it later.
Yeah, and after.
Yeah.
That's where we get
Heck yeah.
our views. So shout out to you if you're watching this after. But yeah, I'm excited to see where it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
And if you guys know of any organization that could use a little bit of help, please reach out to me. Again, it's not a lot of money, but if they could use a little boost.
Yeah.
I think
Aw,
I do
Tony's
actually.
the
Next
best.
week we're gonna have a guest next week.
Okay,
I believe.
cool.
I think.
Yeah.
We'll see if it works out. A woman who runs a homeless shelter, and she
No way.
she gives food and stuff for them. So I don't know the full story yet. I haven't met her yet,
That's
but I believe
incredible.
she's going to be our
Yeah.
next guest.
Awesome.
So that's
So
exciting.
one of my relationships, and then I'll let you go,
Yeah.
was a woman who, again, another thing that you just don't think about, helps out women, single moms in shelters.
Mm.
And now being a grandparent, I mean, forget about a parent because, parents are parents with their kids, but being a grandparent, it's a whole different feeling. And to know that these babies are in these shelters,
Yeah.
with a toy, a teddy bear, a pair of pajamas.
I've tutored in these shelters before when I was working at the tutoring
Yeah.
company. I've gone to them. It's
Really?
it's really eye opening.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
we are so
because
blessed and
we are
privileged.
so blessed.
Yes.
Exactly. So again, as far as it goes for Equal First Aid, it doesn't just stop. It is raising awareness for people with disabilities, but it doesn't stop there. We're here to help other organizations. So we were able to help out an organization that supported the homeless moms. And it was just great to donate some toys, donate some money for these moms who are single,
Yeah.
who are trying to get on their feet.
Yeah.
So it's all different aspects. So I'm really
Oh, that's
honored to
amazing.
continue to raise money and to help others. That's just my main focus right now.
You're the
Aw.
best.
Yeah, really.
Thank
I was
you.
You
gonna
really
say
are.
that.
No, seriously,
thank
it's amazing
Yeah.
that LifeVac has brought so many blessings
Yeah,
into
really.
our
Yeah.
lives.
Yeah, it's an honor to know you guys.
No,
Aw,
it
you
truly
too.
is.
And we all
Yeah.
share the same mission. And,
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
here
exactly.
to help each other, and to
Yeah.
keep the connections going.
And just to make the
Yeah.
world a
And to
better place, because
expand,
there's enough people
exactly.
trying to make it horrible.
Mhm.
And
Exactly.
yeah, you have to be aware of that. That's a conversation I had with someone
Mm-hmm.
the other day. It's like I kind of walk through life thinking everyone means well and it means good, but that's not the case.
It's the opposite.
It's the opposite.
yeah.
It is the opposite.
It's literally the opposite.
because
but-
when you get hit with kindness, it's like, wait a minute.
yeah,
I know. It's so
like-
out of the ordinary.
Like my
but
little
it's-
message, I'm like, oh my God.
yeah,
I know.
It
My
shifted your whole day.
Yeah.
It shifted the whole day. Everything is
Yeah.
so negative. Fight, fight, fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Wow. Well, that was a great great
That
quote to
was a
end us
great-
off.
Yeah. Great
Julie's
episode.
tearing up right now, guys.
I know.
Aw, you're so sweet.
So yeah, shout out Tony. Thank you so much
Yeah, really.
again. Let's put the
Thank
link up for
you.
Equal First Aid for anybody who's watching. You guys check out
Cool.
her website and consider donating. Consider volunteering. Her contact information is on the
Yeah.
website, so you could reach out there. And
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Awesome.
together we're gonna make
Raffles.
the
Anybody who
world-
wants to send a raffle, help me
Yeah.
with a Venmo. I will promise you it will go to a raffle. I'll show you what we get.
yeah, test your luck. I actually was really lucky yesterday. I got lotto tickets.
Okay.
I made like $90.
Wow.
Oh.
I got my nails done from
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
Pretty.
As you
Congrats.
should.
Thank you.
Nice. Yeah.
Very
yeah, I
nice.
went with red
That's
for
nice.
Valentine's Day. But yeah, shout out Tony. Thank you for coming.
Yeah,
Thank you for
Tony.
having me.
We'll absolutely have you again
Yay.
for another time.
For another update. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for coming. Thank you guys for watching.
Yep.
And
Shout out to you. Let's exit with our song as we do.
sure.
This is episode 15 of Let's Talk About It. God bless you all.
Cheers.
And be nice to someone today, randomly.
Aw,
I challenge
yeah.
you.
That's the takeaway.
Yes.
Although it's so romantic on the borderline tonight. Too bad, but it's the life you lead. You're so ahead of yourself that you forgot what you need, though you